Okay, here's the SWR reading for the 20 meter Pathetipole. At the bottom of the band, 14 megahertz, we have 1.54 to 1. Cannot see it too well, but that's 1.54 to 1 at the bottom of the band. Moving up to the beginning of the voice portion, and I don't really plan to do any digital on this band using this antenna. I might do CW. If so, I'll probably have my QRP tuner hooked up to it though, just because it'll be less SWR, and I probably won't do any high power CW on this antenna. This is really just to get me off the ground until I get better stuff going. So at the very bottom of the voice band, we have 1.18, so you see an improvement, large improvement. And at the top of the band, 14.35, we have 1.26 to 1. Also, the resonant frequency, looking at it here, it is 1.07 to 1 at 14.225 megahertz. So, coincidentally enough, that is the very edge of the general band, and that's where the resonant frequency is. So, it's really hard to get this antenna tuned properly because of the conditions, depending on what electricity is running in the house or other conditions. Really messes with the SWR. For example, I plugged the analyzer up to it a while back and it was 1.7 to 1 on the end of the band, and the resonant frequency didn't go down below 1.13 or so. So you can see the difference there, and that's because we have electrical wires in the attic, etc. So there's a lot of metal and electricity up there that, depending on what's turned on or off, will affect the SWR. Okay, so I'm up here where the antenna is, and now I will show you why the SWR varies. So I'll show where the feed line comes in. Comes in the hole, runs along here, and up to where it mounts, which I'll show you in a second. The two legs are just bare copper stapled to the trusses, runs out and runs out. So as you can see, there's lots of wires up here, junction boxes, the doorbell, etc. that, depending on what's turned on or off, can obviously change the resonance. But that is another reason the SWR is so hot. That's the outer braiding, and that's the center conductor. It's not soldered at all, it's just a metallic contact. It's nothing fancy. And the information for the copper, the coax is right here. Let me see if I can get it readable. It's all the numbers, and then it's CAT V 18AWG 75 ohm. So XTV coax that I put a PL259 on the end and created some resonance. So, not the greatest antenna, and I haven't really tested it out yet, just tuned it. But hopefully I'll put video on here of making contacts as well sometime in the future. Just a quick SWR tip. 75 ohm coax adds about 1.5 feet to each element of the dipole. 25 ohm coax, which I haven't heard of, shrinks about 2 feet off of each end. So that's your calculations. 73s. It's gotta be off. On. Okay. Just a quick SWR tip.